everyone. Uh, Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thanks to the sponsors for making this event successful, specifically to MIT for inviting me here. I work with Oracle, and the LOB I work with is improving customer experience through Oracle applications. So since morning, we have been hearing that social media seems to be catching up with everybody. And as we speak, we have so many Facebook, so many tweets, even about this event is going on. So let's talk about what do we do when we have so much of things going on in social media, and how do we use that? So in our world, we call it social platform. So platform is a place where everybody kind of come in, share their experiences, and then we need to do something from those experiences. So let me use some of my slides. So I would like to tell you what are the challenges we have when we have so much of noise going around in social media, and what an enterprise can do to benefit from this huge ride of social media. And then I have a solution which can enable you to, one point I would like to make in the beginning: having a Facebook page of the company is not enabling you in social media. There's a lot more which needs to be done, and we are here to explain you more about that. And also, I'll pick some use cases where how some of the global companies or some of the regional companies have enabled them socially. Let's look at this one slide. This is a very busy slide. And if I just pick a few, look at this Facebook. There are more than, this is all in 1 minute. There are more than 400 likes about something. If you look at Twitter, there are roughly 350 comments about something. And we just heard from my fellow speakers that Sri Lanka has very good penetration of mobile phone users, and 50+ percentage of them are smartphones. And 80% of all online social things are done using a mobile phone. So definitely a lot of contribution is coming from Sri Lanka market to this as well. Now, with so much of discussion, talks, video upload, likes, dislikes going on, what can we do? We got to listen. Listening is very, very crucial. Let's see what some of the gurus are talking about. I would like to just pick one because I heard some of them talking about brands. What is a brand? Brand is purely what a customer or consumer feels about a product or a company. That's been changing a bit now. It's what your friends and relatives and your acquaintances are talking about a brand is what makes the brand today it is. So imagine this. Companies are spending millions of dollars in improving their brand visibility. But you could have your neighbor experience that product and he didn't like it. And he just say, this product is no good. There you go. Me being his friend in Facebook, I will read that. And you think I'm going to use that product? Chances are very, very less likely. So let's agree to enable a company socially, we got to listen first. All right? So once we get to listening, we have other challenges as well. I spoke about having so much of noise going on. What kind of listening is required for your company? And are we doing social for sake of doing social? And one of the points is also that if we are spending X dollars on a particular program for social, are we actually getting that much return out of it? So these are some of the practical questions we always ask, that we will get into this social enablement. What do we get in return? Do we have enough commitment and outcome coming from the market? So let's see how we can measure them as well. So as we all are familiar, tip of the iceberg is always listening. And then It goes beyond what do you do after you listen. So if I just say listening was the first activity, which was a tip of iceberg, there is a whole lot of social relationship management you would be doing to ensure whatever you have heard needs to be put into use. So what do we use for after we listen in social media? Everybody thinks social media, once you listen, you can do a good customer service because people are complaining, you take care of them, your problem is solved. Picture this. You do a audience building. What is audience building? You basically do a social profiling and you create new set of prospects based on what they are talking. So there you go. So you have a new set of customer to whom you can sell a new product. You can look at doing a campaign in a specific country. One of the morning speakers told about Sri Lanka not to only look as an island, look at globally. If you are a company having a very good product and you are looking at expanding to other countries globally, you could do a test market within campaign. When you do a campaign, people come back with their feedback. Now, how do you engage that set of group of people in that country? Using social, okay? So that's how you could be doing a new country development using social. There is something which is very interesting here is product development. Now, we all know any company, product development is a very, very expensive. You need experienced people from industry, and it takes a lot of time. But picture this. There's a group of people talking about something not good or something lacking in a product. If that information can be funneled back to your company's product development team, there you go. You have extension of your product development team existing in social media. Bring that information. You could use that group to do a continuous dialogue and work on creating a new product. Later, I have a success story from a company which has done that fantastically, and they have been very, very successful. So pretty much, I can see anything is possible using social media. So it's just not good customer service. And also you see this. If somebody is talking something bad about your competition, it's an opportunity for you. A set of customers are not happy there. You could tap into that and ensure that they are funneled back to your sales team, and you could take care of them as well. One of the key things which is also important when we are doing a good social enablement is also to ensure that whatever KPI, whatever ROI, whatever commitment we are giving to our customers are maintained through this channel as well. So as I heard from my speaker friend from Robi, he spoke about we have a commitment of responding to them in 15 minutes. The resolution is given in 15 minutes. If your company is currently doing a resolution, not in social media, but otherwise, the same can be given in social media as well. There won't be a new team required to start working on it. So very, very simple and integrated solution required to make sure that your company is enabled in social. So this we spoke about. You have to listen. And what do you listen? You have to listen to different topics which are of interest to you. Now, social media, as I said, is not only for your customer care, it is for all the LOBs. So different LOBs would like to listen to different things. So we create those topics, we create those locations where we want to hear them, and use the right set of tools. So you need to have a provider who can think through the entire thing. You don't need only one, then you get stuck and you look for another partner to do something else. So look for a partner who can do the entire life cycle of social engagement for you. Once you are listening, you would be doing an engagement with them based on what you have heard. So that is something which you engage them with whatever topic you have started listening with them, and then you analyze. Now this can go back and forth a few times, because once you start listening to them, then they are engaged, and then you start positioning them something, and then you take them to the next level. So that's how you start extending the entire company's products and services through social platform. So this again speaks a similar thing where you could do your personalized marketing and make sure that your marketing is optimized. We heard a lot about omni-channel and e-commerce. All of this, again, can be an offshoot of your social, which you initiated in social, and then you engage and do your commerce part of it. And last not the least is you're empowering your team to ensure that they use social and get benefit out of it. So some of the key outcome which we can think of is, beyond monitoring, you can uncover a lot of actionable social insight with which you can actually do using the listening engine. A bit small, I don't think people at the last can actually read. And I can say global scale. I spoke about listening strategy for a global reach. So a market which you have not been able to penetrate or open, by simply using social, you would be able to reach out to those markets which you have not thought of. So that's a new market for you altogether. And then once you have this activated social data, now this data helps you to do a lot of your future planning. When do you release your next product? When do you release your next version? Things like that, which is your core of product improvement or new product launch, all of that can be planned based on your social input which you are getting. For those who are from IT, have some technical background, would like to know how all of this work. Every organization has on-prem solutions, your own product, CRM, your own solutions. You would like to bring data from social, which is basically in cloud, bring them and put them together to get all of these rings which I have put here. So this helps you to identify issues to improve customer experience. It helps you to do your brand image. You improve your brand image based on information you have collected. And you could do a lot of targeted market campaigns to make sure that your products are heard, your products are making sense to those audience with whom you are targeting. Let's take some use cases. So everybody knows this Sapporo Brewery, a large company from Japan. They make a lot of good quality beer. Now, they, after having a social enablement, their traffic just increased 135% in just 1 year. And look at their response time. So whenever there used to be a connection to their company to get some response, they used to respond in 3 days. This got into reduced to 30 minutes. So they became more responsive. How was this achieved is something which we call it automating the entire experience. So how do you automate the entire experience? So one has to really think in advance. What are the possible things our customers or new prospects would be asking? So when they connect with you, you pretty much think of those 5-6 steps, automate them so that your response time can be reduced from 3 days to 30 minutes. They also got a good marketing and sales effectiveness based on this faster and cheaper deployment of the campaigns. A few good words about Oracle, which I will skip. Okay, this is a company from Argentina, which is a large food producer. Again, their challenge was not being able to reach their customers and not being able to hear their comments because they reach out to the mass market. So they were able to improve as well by using social. Now, many people ask me this question, is it only for B2C or is it for B2B as well? Well, the social platform is same for everyone. So if your company is only in B2B, looking for your customers' feedback, pain, or likes, dislikes, or whatever improvement they are talking about is not going to be that difficult. So the platform is same for B2B and B2C. The same solution can be deployed for enterprise as well.
Sunil, 5 minutes.
Polaris Industries is into the business of making snowmobiles, a lot of sports equipments. So this is one classic case where they got to hear a lot of things in social media, which helped them to produce a new line of product. This came from their loyal customers, and based on which they reduced their R&D by a significant amount of time. Lego Group, this is the last example I have. We all know Lego Group is a large toy-making company, and they have so many products. And when you have so many products and you're operating pretty much in all the countries, you would like to know your marketing campaigns which you are creating for different LOBs, different products, different countries. How are they working? How much of revenue is coming from where? So by deploying the right tools, they were able to actually measure that these set of social tools, when we deploy in, let's say, in the Southeast Asia, this is the kind of response and this is the kind of output we are getting out of it. So there you go. One of the main challenge was when I deploy and when I make my company socially enabled, am I actually able to measure the output? You will be able to measure your output as well. So with that, I pretty much am done with my slides. So we'll wait for the questions. Thank you.